You just found out you inherited a house here in Florida, and somewhere in the middle of everything else you're carrying right now, a very practical question showed up. What am I actually supposed to do with it? I'm going to give you 5 things in order, and I'm going to start with the one that costs families the most money, because it happens in the first 2 weeks and almost nobody sees it coming. Hi, I'm DiPaolo. I'm a Florida native and a realtor here in Central Florida, and I hold a certified probate real estate specialist designation working alongside probate attorneys. Before we start, I want you to know I am not an attorney and I'm not going to pretend to be one. I'm not going to tell you how the court process works or what your legal position is, because that is not my job and you deserve a real answer from the right person. What I am is the person who knows what happens to a house while all of that is going on, and that is what this video is about. Number 1, call the insurance company this week. Most homeowners' policies were written for a house somebody lives in. Once a property sits empty, insurance coverage can work very differently. And in Florida, that matters more than almost anywhere, because an empty house is not just sitting there quietly, it's fighting humidity every single day, and with the air off, it loses. A closed up Florida house with no air conditioning could develop a mold problem within a few weeks, and then you're looking at remediation, and that is expensive. So call the insurance carrier, tell them the situation, and tell them the home is vacant. Ask what your coverage currently is right now and what needs to change. Some carriers write vacant home policies, some do not, and you'll need to find one who does. Number 2, keep the property looking lived in. Keep the utilities on, keep the lawn cut, because code enforcement and if the house is located within an HOA community, both move a lot faster than most people expect, and a violation letter is the last thing you need on top of everything else. Forward the mail or have someone collect it, as an overflowing mailbox is a signal to the wrong kind of person and nobody is watching the house, and a vacant house that looks vacant is a target, and if it's just maintained, it's just a house on the street. Number 3, and this one is hard because clearing out the house is usually what families want to do first. If you're dealing with multiple family members who have an interest in the home and its items inside, before anything leaves the property, photograph it, all of it. Every room, the closets, garage, inside the cabinets. I'm not telling you when you cannot remove things, it's just that you cannot unthrow away something. And in my experience, families with photographs have a much easier time finding and claiming things and answering questions later than families without them. Number 4, this one will help ease a lot of potential stress. Find out what the house is actually worth before your family starts making decisions about it. Here is what I see over and over. A family sits down to talk about an inherited house, and everyone at the table has a different number in their head. One person remembers what it sold for a decade ago. One person saw a listing down the street. One person looked at a website estimate where no one from that company ever stepped foot inside a house and that company's existence. It's not that anybody's being unreasonable, they just have different information. And you cannot have a productive conversation about keeping it, selling it, or buying somebody out when there is no shared number on the table. Getting a real opinion of value costs nothing, and it does not commit you to selling anything. It just means the conversation starts from the same place. Number 5, when the time comes, you will have roughly 3 paths, and they are worth knowing right now. You can sell the property completely as it sits, contents and all, usually to an investor. You net less, but you also do almost nothing. You can do a light clean out and some cosmetic work and go to the open market, and that is the middle ground, and honestly, this is where most of these properties do best. Or you can have a fully prepared home, just like any other listing. You receive the highest return and you spend the most time and you spend the most money out of pocket up front. As you can see, there is no right answer. There is only the right answer for your family, your timeline, and that specific house. But knowing these 3 options exist helps with creating a strategy that allows everyone to feel comfortable. So, insurance first, keeping it protected, photograph everything, and get a real number before the family conversation, and know your 3 options. For the legal side of things, the court process, the timeline, what you are authorized to do and when, please talk to a Florida probate attorney. If you do not have one, I work with a few across Central Florida, and I'll be happy to point you towards someone. If you have an inherited property in Hillsborough, Seminole, Orange, or West Volusia counties, and you want a straight answer about what it's worth and what your options look like, call me. I'm Laura DiPaolo with eXp Realty, and you can reach me at area code 813-951-0657. No cost, no obligation, no pressure to list anything. Please take care of yourself. I understand this part is hard. You do not have to figure it out alone.